Hey everybody, thank you so much for being on and watching this short video. I do have quite a big announcement about something that has happened in my life, and I want to preface this with many of you friends, social media friends. You've been on this health journey with me. About 3 years ago, I was diagnosed with pretty severe eczema, which I pretty much had most of my life, but really took a turn for the worse about 3 years ago. And you've listened to my stories, you've listened to my day-to-day journeys, and I wanted to just come out and make a formal announcement because I need to do this for my own sanity, and also to get off my own island thinking that I have to be doing this alone, and also that this could possibly help someone else out there not feel so alone in whatever illness journey that they're going through. So I wanted to come on here and share that the last 3 years I have been going to doctor after doctor, medicine after medicine, sharing my story over and over again about how symptoms started and where they're at today. And the major symptoms are inflammation, severe food allergies, eczema, itch, rashes that don't heal, open sores literally in my scalp all the way down to my legs, and an itch that I just cannot scratch enough. And after so many different doctors, both conventional and holistic, as well as alternative medicine doctors, they've all said the same thing. You have eczema, you have allergies to certain foods, and environmental allergies. It's incurable. There's nothing we can do. Here's some creams. Let me know if you need anything else. And that is all I've been given. Time after time after time, suppressing symptoms instead of trying to find a root cause. And I'm not here to blame or to put any medical doctor down, because I believe every single doctor and every single modality has their place in this society. But for me, I knew that there was an underlying issue, and the symptoms just were a sign that there was something else in my body. Now, I know I'm belaboring this by saying all this, but what I discovered is I have Lyme's disease. Now, when I heard that diagnosis, I was actually with a healthcare practitioner, a holistic type of doctor that actually discovered it. She was a nurse, a conventional nurse for many years, and because she felt she couldn't treat her patients in the way she felt, she switched over to more of a holistic approach and has been doing it for 14, 15 years, and she has treated Lyme patients during that period of time. And she's a huge advocate. She's the one that discovered it. And when I heard this diagnosis, I thought, I knew nothing about this. And after I started digging a little bit more, basically what Lyme's disease is, for those that are new, is a infection caused by a tick, an acute infection that releases a certain bacteria that, without treatment, can become the ultimate imitator of other diseases, specifically chronic autoimmune type of diseases. If it's caught in the beginning, there's a significantly great chance that you take an antibiotic, you go on a course, kills bacteria, and you go on with your life. But because it's an imitator, it gets so misdiagnosed on so many levels. Sometimes with Lyme's disease, now I didn't really have this, but you have chronic fatigue or chronic joint pain, and you might be diagnosed with fibromyalgia, or you lose your memory and you're being told that you have early stages of Alzheimer's. There's so many different diagnoses. You have severe constipation and you're told you have IBS or colitis. There are so many different illnesses that show up with the underlying cause being Lyme's disease. So when I heard this diagnosis for myself and I started reading about this, I thought, this doesn't make any sense. When did I get bit? I spend my days indoors in a corporate office. I go outside and I'm at festivals, but very rarely do I go camping. I thought this happened, and here's another myth. I thought it was in the northeast part of the country. I live in Wisconsin. I don't live, on acreage. I live in a general subdivision. There's no deer that pass my backyard, so I didn't get it. But based on the test results, and it wasn't even blood test results, it was a body scan that was done from head to toe that found the bacteria that causes Lyme and a whole host of other co-infections. And so once I understood it, I became robotic. Said, let's get on this regimen and let's start killing it. Well, it's not as easy as that, as I've discovered, because this is chronic. This is something that's buried at the cellular level, and it's a very smart bug, and you have to basically make it come out of your cells in order for it to get into your system in order to pass out of your system. And it's a smart bug, and it likes to live where it lives. And so I now can breathe a sigh of relief that I now understand what the root cause was. Yes, I'm still treating some symptoms because that's how you live through life. And I was diagnosed in May of 2019, and I had to really emotionally come to terms with this. And anybody that has a major diagnosis, like cancer or heart disease or anything else, there's an emotional piece, that connection that you've got to, either you're going to be strong or you got to have a support system to keep you moving forward. And I'm so thankful that I have a support system. But then there's the physical side. How do you get up every day knowing that you haven't slept but 3 hours, this itch that will not stop, these open sores, the embarrassment of the disfiguring of your face, your neck, your arms, to live a normal life and to get questioned if you are being beaten at home because of the significant bruising from the itch or from the actual eczema patches that look like bruises. That has happened over and over again. The pain to be able to actually put makeup on to cover it all, knowing that it won't even stay because your skin is not accepting, and you have to just go into this world saying you have to just get up and keep going. You may not look so great, but you just got to keep up and keep going. But to have to bury your head, there's an emotional piece to that. There's that physical piece to that. And over the last few years, prior to any symptoms, I have been working on self-development, really understanding who I am as a person, what I can contribute to this world, what are my skill sets, what am I good at, how should I be thinking, knee-jerk reactions, how to slow those reactions. And not only have I gone down a path of self-development, but a path of spirituality. And that was really the third piece to this journey that I've just started is that spiritual connection. Really honing in on the energy within inside me, and to really listen to my body, and to listen to my higher self, my intuition, whatever you want to call it. And so that emotional, physical, and spiritual piece are things that I really had to come to terms with. And what I've learned through that is that yes, I have this disease. Yes, this is going to be a journey. It could be 6 months. It could be 5 years. It could be for the rest of my life. But I now know that I had to suffer. I had to go through days where there were very, very dark times. That you had to just accept the fact that, you know what? This happened to you. You can either thrive or you can survive. And I'm so grateful for the path of self-development, because without that root strength from all different aspects of listening to social influencers and really learning the meaning of what success means, or pain, or understanding, or humility, or vulnerability, and really doing some deep dives, I don't think I would have been here today to share the story. This is full disclosure. This is complete vulnerability. And I now know that me sharing this and sharing some love and some light to whoever this message connects with, that I'm meant to touch and help other people with this message. And this journey is going to be an interesting one. This is probably going to be, it's already been one of the most all-encompassing journey that I've ever been on. And I'm not here for you guys for a pity party. It's not my goal. My goal is to help share this message so that others don't feel alone. They don't go hiding in that dark place. That they get off their island and just keep looking for answers. And hopefully this could be a stepping stone for somebody to start getting reliefs from whatever symptoms that they're dealing with. Because again, Lyme's, there are, hundreds and hundreds of different symptoms that it could show up as. And just knowing now what that root cause is, what the underlying issue is, allows me to sleep at night, and it now allows me a direction that I can go to. I'm voracious for information and how to do it naturally and not be on drugs, conventional drugs, for the rest of my life. I can tell you that there's a place for those, but Lyme's, I do not believe, from my research and my understanding, that conventional medicine is the way to treat it. Right now, I am working on a holistic approach, and I'll share that treatment plan on another video in the future. But if you felt something through this, and you know somebody else is going through this, please share it. Let somebody else know. If you want to watch my journey, feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel. The link is in below. And I just thank you so much for listening and for being an advocate for others, so they no longer have to suffer alone. Thank you guys. Have a great weekend.